Mr. Saktiandi, support.
Question 14, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, the recent British Airways BA data breach and the Sing Health cyber attack are sharp reminders that with greater adoption of digitalization, all industries face cybersecurity threats. Our operating assumption is that our airlines will be targets, and they must do their best to protect themselves against such threats and have a robust plan to prevent, detect and recover should an attack succeed. They must also exercise their plan regularly so that all staff are fully aware of such a threat and take it seriously. The Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore, CAAS, as the cybersecurity lead for the aviation sector, works closely with Singapore carriers to strengthen their cybersecurity capabilities. CAAS also regularly shares cybersecurity-related information, including from the Cybersecurity Agency, CSA, and best practices with them, and conducts joint cybersecurity exercises. The Singapore carriers' approach includes safeguarding their systems to prevent, detect, and respond to hacking attempts and mitigate the potential impact. They monitor cyber threats through their security operations centers and carry out regular testing of their websites for vulnerabilities and screening for malicious web traffic. They also closely monitor reports of breaches and collaborate with others on cybersecurity. They are part of the Aviation Information Sharing and Analysis Center, a non-profit organization that fosters the sharing of information on physical and cyber threats to aviation and best practices on mitigation, and they also participate in the cybersecurity work group under the International Air Transport Association. With respect to the security of passenger data, Singapore carriers are also required to comply with the Personal Data Protection Act and the data protection regulations of other states which they fly to. As regards the BA data breach, the investigation is still ongoing. As a precaution, SIA has performed checks and confirmed that there are no unauthorized codes on its payment webpage. SIA is mindful that sophisticated attackers will continue to probe for vulnerabilities and will remain vigilant and conduct regular checks and penetration tests on all scripts on its website. It will also continue to observe stringent data security standards for credit card payment processing.
Mr. Saktiandi.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'd like to thank Senior Minister of State for answering my question. I got a quick follow-up, supplementary question to his answer. Essentially, my question D, are there any plans to beef up even further legislation to protect air passenger protection in the case of a cybersecurity breach, if it does happen? We don't want it to happen, but in case it happens, are there any plans for further legislation on the air passengers' information?
Mr. Speaker, we've enacted the Cybersecurity Act this year, and aviation is one of the critical information infrastructure domains that will be affected by the operations of the Cybersecurity Agency Commissioner. The Cybersecurity Commissioner appoints an assistant commissioner who can then look at this sector. And so the implications of the Cybersecurity Act on the critical information infrastructure within the aviation industry will have an impact and will improve passenger safety and as well as the safety of the operations of the industry.